Well, it's been a while, Chop Nation, but the Scarlet Knights are back on the banks. This week, they'll be hosting Big Ten West rival, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And here to talk about that game, as usual, I am joined by the one and only Tom Luicci. Now, Tom, the Scarlet Knights offense is looking to bounce back this week against the Huskers defense, and that has to start in the trenches with the Rutgers offensive line. How important will it be for that unit to establish itself early?
Oh, no, there's no question. It'll be vitally important. And I think the timing of this probably couldn't be better for Rutgers offense. They've been in a little bit of a slump. You know, we've seen that. There's no denying that. But when you look at Nebraska's defense, the numbers have not been intimidating. I mean, I think they're allowing 319 yards just through the air. So it would seem like it's a good mix for Rutgers, a good formula of things coming together timing-wise for this offense to kind of break out against a defense that has been kind of lenient this year. So we'll see. I still think, even though it will be tempting to throw the ball a lot in this defense, Rutgers is going to want to run the ball. And if they have Paul James healthy again, it gives them the three-back rotation, which they seem to like, and they've gotten a lot of production out of that. They really have. I mean, the years that both Hicks and Martin are having are just tremendous for sophomores. You have to feel good if you're a Rutgers fan about the future of both of those. And, you know, and PJ's always dangerous on those long runs.
Nebraska typically known as a rushing offense, but they've certainly been throwing the ball this year. They're led by a dual threat quarterback in Tommy Armstrong. What does the Scarlet Knights defense have to do to stop that offense?
Well, they have to play. They have to play sound. You know, they have to be disciplined, especially up front, because when you have the temptation to rush a guy and maybe be over exuberant to get to Tommy Armstrong, he can beat you with his feet. So it's discipline is going to be one of the keys. I don't think there's any question about it. And they're going to need some strong play from their linebackers. They have gotten strong play from both Gauze, you know, and Steve Longa, but they're going to need all that threesome to really step up. I think would be helpful to the defense if they could get some pressure on Tommy Armstrong, again, without the over-exuberance. Rutgers hasn't done a great job getting pressure on quarterbacks and sacks, but you want to make Tommy Armstrong as uncomfortable as possible so that maybe you do force him out a little bit to do some things and maybe make a mistake where he normally might not have if he's comfortable. He does have 9 interceptions, so he is prone every now and then to an interception.
And Janarian Grant is the reigning Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week. He's shown that he can change the entire complexion of a game. How can his return ability impact this weekend's matchup?
They have to kick the ball to him. If they don't kick the ball to him, it's tough for Janarian to do anything. That's the first thing, and that's why I was kind of both impressed and surprised that Michigan was willing to do that, especially after the kickoff return. And then you're willing to punt to the guy. You know how dangerous he can be. I'm curious to see Michigan's special teams in terms of their coverage teams are pretty good. Their kickoff teams, return teams are not that good. I'm curious to see if they're going to kick the ball to Janarian. I would say this, in my years of covering Rutgers, and I've seen all the great return guys that Rutgers has had, Terrell Willis, I've seen Nate Jones, Willie Foster, they all fit in that category. I think Janarian's the best of all of them.
Well, there you have it. Thank you for joining me, Tom. That game will be this Saturday at High Point Solution Stadium. Kickoff is set for 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And if you're not in the stands, tune in to BTN. From the Bubble with Tom Luicci, I'm Fatoumata Diallo.